They banned it, they buried it, and then they denied it ever existed. In 2025, a mysterious film surfaced that no one was supposed to see. It wasn't a Hollywood blockbuster. It wasn't backed by any studio. And yet, within days of leaking online, it spread like wildfire. Millions watched, governments panicked, and then it vanished. The name of the movie, Anunnaki, a film so controversial it was pulled from theaters before it ever premiered. A movie that dared to challenge the entire history of humanity and exposed an ancient truth the elite never wanted us to know. But why? Why would a low-budget sci-fi film be feared by global institutions, silenced by networks, and wiped clean from the internet? Because Anunnaki 2025 wasn't just a movie, it was a coded warning, and tonight we're going to reveal exactly what was in it and why it terrified the most powerful forces on Earth. Before we begin, if you're watching this, you're already part of the 1% who still think for themselves. So hit that like button, subscribe to Ancient Light, and prepare for a journey into the truth they tried to erase. Let's begin. The film opens not in space, but in ancient Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization. We see a barren desert, then a massive ziggurat piercing the sky. Towering above it, a golden spacecraft descends silently. From it emerge the Anunnaki, tall humanoid beings, draped in robes of shimmering metallic fiber, their eyes glowing with an eerie intelligence. This is no Marvel fantasy. These beings are portrayed with exact detail from ancient Sumerian tablets that actually exist in real museums. And that's the first clue. The movie isn't fiction. It's historical reconstruction disguised as cinema. The narrative then jumps forward to 2025. A young archaeologist, fluent in Sumerian, decodes a tablet that reveals a data return date. It's not thousands of years ago. It's now. As she digs deeper, she uncovers classified footage, old military documents, and leaked Vatican archives, each pointing to one horrifying conclusion. The Anunnaki never left. They've been watching, waiting. In the year 2025, it marks the beginning of their re-emergence. Government agents intercept her. She's warned to stop, but she doesn't. She uploads her findings. They go viral. Mass panic follows. Cities lock down, satellites go offline. And then, in the sky above the Middle East, a formation of crafts appears. At this point, the film becomes unnervingly realistic, not with explosions, but with data the kind you've seen leaked from whistleblowers. Dates, coordinates, real artifacts, inscriptions translated word for word from actual Sumerian sources. This is where the line between film and documentary blurs. Viewers began cross-referencing the images, the locations, the texts, and shockingly they matched. That's when the takedown began. First, the trailer disappeared from YouTube. Then Reddit threads vanished. Then entire accounts were banned on X and TikTok for even mentioning the film. Why? Because the movie presented a theory that threatens the foundation of every major religion, institution, and historical narrative. The theory is this: the Anunnaki genetically engineered humans, not as equals but as workers, slaves. According to the film, early humans were created to mine gold for these ancient visitors, something echoed in real Sumerian clay tablets. It even shows how these gods taught humans language, math, law, and governance only to abandon them during a global cataclysm. The flood story, it's in there too, but here's where it gets disturbing. The Anunnaki didn't leave voluntarily. A faction within their ranks opposed the enslavement of humanity. A civil war erupted in the stars, and Earth was caught in the crossfire. One of the final scenes shows the truth buried in Antarctica, an underground city, frozen in ice. This part was inspired by real expeditions from the 1950s and modern classified maps. And then the film's final message, a warning in Sumerian glyphs, translated on screen: they will return when man forgets who he is. That's when the screen cuts to black. Don't credits. No soundtrack, nothing. Just silence, but the questions it left behind. Deafening. Who made this film? Some say it was a group of ex-intelligence agents and rogue scholars. Others claim it was an AI-generated archive based on hidden archaeological records. No one knows for sure. What we do know is this: everyone who tried to upload it was hit with copyright strikes. Even though no one claimed ownership, accounts were deleted. Interviews with the alleged creators were scheduled and cancelled. Some even claimed the lead actress vanished. And yet, fragments still exist buried on encrypted drives, shared through dark web torrents, hidden in coded formats online. But the story doesn't end with censorship, because after this film was leaked, strange things began happening around the world. On ancient sites previously off limits to the public, were suddenly surrounded by military personnel. A private excavation in Iraq was halted after unusual readings were detected underground. On perhaps most bizarre of all, in 2025, multiple astronomers reported seeing unidentified objects entering Earth's orbit, moving in formation. Not asteroids, not satellites, but something else. The mainstream media, silent, but those who watched the film, they saw the signs. Now here's the most shocking part. Remember the strange symbols seen in the film, the ones carved into walls, monuments, and spacecraft? They've begun appearing in real life. Graffiti artists, conspiracy forums, and even protest groups are now using these glyphs. Some call it a movement, others fear it's a cult. But one thing's certain, someone is sending a message. And if the film is right, we're not just on the verge of disclosure, we're on the edge of something much bigger. Because the final files found inside the encrypted versions of Anunnaki 2025 didn't just include cinematic footage, they included coordinates. Future dates. And this chilling statement: they are already among you. Watch the skies in December. So what was Anunnaki 2025? A movie, a prophecy, a whistleblower leak disguised as fiction? Whatever it was, one thing is clear: it struck a nerve, not just with curious viewers, but with the powers that be. And in a world where information is controlled, manipulated, and censored, that tells you everything you need to know. The truth isn't just out there, it's trying to break through. The only question is, will you listen? If this video disappears, you'll know why. Like, share, and subscribe to Ancient Light before the light is gone, because they don't want you to remember, but we're going to make sure you never forget.